Hello students, today we will read the poem that is Aunt Jennifer's Tiger, and this poem is written by Adrian Rich. And this is a very short poem, and in this poem we will learn about that how the Aunt Jennifer, whose life is full of fear and struggles, and she has to face a lot of hardships in her married life. So, this poem beautifully handles the one aspect of married life of a woman who reels under the certain compulsions, coupled with the helplessness. So, coupled with the helplessness means that is a state for not doing anything. So, Aunt Jennifer undergoes the bad experiences in her married life. The poet reveals the ordeals and the hardships of the aunt's married life. So, in this poem, firstly, we will read the stanzas one by one, and I will also tell you the meanings of the difficult words. Then, after that, we will also understand about the poetic devices that are used in these stanzas. And later on, I will tell you the rhyme scheme also. So, let's start with the first stanza. Aunt Jennifer's tiger prance across a screen, bright topaz denizens of the world of green. They do not fear the man beneath the tree. They pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. So here, prance means to jump around. Topaz means that is a bright, precious stone of yellow color. And denizens means the native, and the world of green that refers to the forest. Then pace means move, sleek means elegant, then chivalric means quality of being honest and kind. So through this stanza we come to know that the tigers that have been embroidered by the Aunt Jennifer, they are moving on a screen and they are having the bright topaz, they are having the bright yellow color, and they are the natives of the forest as well, and they are not having any fear of the men, those who are standing under a tree. So they are proud and fearless, and they pace in a dignified manner. So now we will read the second stanza. Before it, just I want to tell you that in this stanza there is no, if we are thinking about the rhyme scheme, there is a screen, green, tree, certainty. That means green, screen. Both are having the same sound, so it is known as a. And in tree, certainty. That is E sound is repeated, so it is known as BB. So the rhyme scheme of this stanza is A and BB. If we are talking about the poetic devices, then in first stanza the metaphor is used there because indirect comparison is there. Indirect comparison like this: bright topaz denizens of the world of green. So here the comparison is given with the precious stone of the yellow color along with the color of the tigers that are given in a stanza. And secondly, if you are think about the anaphora, because in the last two lines they do not fear the men beneath the tree, they pace in a sleek chivalric certainty. So these two lines are started with the same consecutive words, that is they, so that is why it is a anaphora too. So now let's read the second stanza. Aunt Jennifer's tiger fluttering through her wool and find even the ivory needle hard to pull. The massive weight of uncle's wedding band sets heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. So in this stanza, fingers fluttering. Fluttering means shaking or quivering. Ivory means the tusk of an elephant. Wedding band means engagement ring. And sits heavily means that means she is wearing. So the explanation of this stanza is Aunt Jennifer's hands are moving about her wool, but it is not an easy and the smooth task for her. So she finds it very hard to pull the ivory needle with which she is making the panel, of the tigers. So the heavy weight of the marriage band, that means that refers to the ring which associates her with her husband, ordeals or the orders that she is following very honestly, and she feels oppressed because she was totally tied down by that weight that were given by her husband orders. So through this paragraph, we come to know that the rhyme scheme, if we are talking about, then the wool pull, the AA and the band hand. The sound is repeated to BB. So here we can say that the rhyme scheme is AA and BB. And if we are talking about the poetic devices, then there is personification is there, because the uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon the Aunt Jennifer's hand. So here is the action of personification is given there. The ring that refers to be as a human trait that sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. So it refers to the personification. And if you are thinking about this, the first line, Aunt Jennifer's finger fluttering through her wool. Fur sound is repeated, so it is known as a alliteration too. So now we will read the third stanza. When aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie, still ringed with the ordeals she has mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. So through this stanza, we come to know that after death, the Aunt Jennifer, whose hands were following the orders of uncle's uncle, her husband's order, so she is having an very sad story of her unending life. That is, her sufferings and marriage have crushed her. So it can be well understood by looking at her hands that the tigers that made by her, that on panel, even that after her death, they are not having any fear. So they will move on in the same manner with a full grace and feeling proud and fearless. But aunt still, after the death, even that she was still ringed with the ordeals. That means she was having a number of the orders that she has to follow. So it is the only symbol of suppression only. So if we are talking about the rhyme scheme of this stanza, the same pattern as we have looked in the earlier stanzas, lie by AA and made afraid, then is BB. And if you are talking about the literary devices, then there is ringed with the ordeals. So here personification is also given there, and this is also called the pun, because ringed with the ordeals. So here it refers to, that means she is following the order. So there the pun is also used, and then alliteration is also used in a last line, will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. So I hope that you are able to understand this poem. Thank you so much.